Give me missing persons. They said, what is it that you need? I said, whoa, I need her so. They said, you got to stop your pleading. 'Cause no matter what you do, even pray to heaven above, all you ever get from her is long distance love. I read the papers and I got the blues. I was so sad to hear the news. Help wanted, but not enough. You know these times are getting rough. 'Cause no matter what I do, I even pray to heaven above, all I ever get from her is long distance love.
Situation. Love is blind, but she don't see it. Come the mountains, put the signs up and everything, but she brushes by me like she doesn't feel a thing. Oh, this one-sided attraction is so cold. I can't feel my heartbeat anymore. And it's amazing that after all this time, here I still have not been mine. Is this a slight misunderstanding? Am I mistaken or is she taking a couple more steps towards me? It feels like forever before she makes it to my side. And I feel a cold wind blow when she asks me for a light. Oh, this one-sided attraction is so cold. I can't feel my heartbeat anymore. And it's amazing that after all this time, here I still have not been mine. Notice how her fingertips wrap around her glass and bring it to her.
You're listening to the Jams and Coffee Morning Show with your host, Brad Brock.
Good morning, Jammers. Jams and Coffee in the morning, TGIF. It is Friday. all over again. I feel like we're just running through the weeks. Not a terrible thing to do, I suppose, but we are definitely going through them. Thank you so much for joining me on YouTube, Facebook, or listening on JNC Radio via the LIVE365 application for your mobile device. That's what they call it. They're calling it these days. Mobile device. Yes, it is Friday again. And I actually have an evening off. Can you imagine? Isn't that a Friday night off? I don't know what I'll do with myself. Perhaps later I'll go and catch some live music myself. Go out and see in the world who else is doing the thing. I usually find myself playing on Friday nights, but not this Friday. The weather is not necessarily supposed to be conducive for these things at any rate, so it's kind of nice that I'm not getting canceled tonight. I'm just not doing it. This morning, the temperatures on the Treasure Coast are in the low to mid 70s with some dotted showers for the morning commute. Be careful out there. This afternoon, the highs are going to be in the upper 80s with showers and storms continuing through the evening. Heavy rainfall could once again lead to flooding in spots, so be careful again. And tonight is going to be in the mid to upper 70s under partly cloudy skies. So we'll see. We'll see what the rain is like there. All kinds of stuff going on today. And some throwback things to talk about and some news. But I guess we'll go ahead as usual and kick things off with our national days. Why don't we take a look at the national days, huh? There's quite a few of them today. This one might get you out to eat lunch. Go Mexican. Go Mexican today because it's National Guacamole Day. September 16th, it brings fresh flavors together for the perfect celebration. Avocados shine as the star of this dip. Lime juice, tomatoes, onions, and seasonings make guacamole a guilt-free addition to any snack or meal. Since avocados fall under the superfood category, feel free to indulge. Expect a flavorful dip packed full of good fats and nutrients along with the fresh taste of lime and hint of spice. And it's pretty easy to make, too. Take it to work or use it for a party dish. I do love good guacamole. It is delicious. What else do we got going on today? It's National Working Parents Day. Feel like that should be every day, huh? But on September 16th, National Working Parents Day honors the working parent. And the day pays tribute to those parents who work outside the home to provide for their families. According to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, around 61% of families with children have both parents working outside the home. And that number increases to nearly 65% for families when the youngest child is at least 6 years old. However, if the youngest child is under 6 years old, that number drops to approximately 56%. Yeah. Makes sense. 6-year-olds can take care of themselves, right? It's also National Step Family Day. Recognizes all the blended families making it work. In the USA, over 30% of the under 18 population live in a step family environment. Also known as a blended family, parents, siblings, and extended family members work together to create happy, functional environments. And circumstances vary, whether a divorce, a death in the family, or other event created the step family. The important thing is that they chose to be a family. So that's kind of nice. National Play-Doh Day. Very exciting stuff. Of course, it recognizes a child's modeling clay. However, before it found its way to the craft shelf, Play-Doh had a more practical use. Play-Doh inventor Joe McVicker of Cincinnati, Ohio, sold it initially as a wallpaper cleaner. His father died in 1949. His mother promptly hired him and his brother-in-law to help with the family business. And right about that time, oil furnaces began replacing coal-burning furnaces, and it wasn't long before the wallpaper cleaner sales dwindled. So, in 1955, McVicker began testing the cleaner as a modeling clay in classrooms and daycares for students. Seeing the product worked, he named it Play-Doh and went into business with his uncle under the name of Rainbow Crafts Company a year later. How about that? I know I loved Play-Doh when I was a kid. Probably still love it. I just haven't played with it. Let's see. It's National Cinnamon Raisin Bread Day. Don't get it twisted, man. Cinnamon raisin bread is off the chain. And it warms the home and the heart with delicious goodness. And bakeries across the country, we request cinnamon raisin bread more often than many others. Naturally sweet, the aroma created from baking this bread will make anybody's mouth water. I want that. Guacamole and cinnamon raisin bread. It's also National Mayflower Day. Commemorates the day the ship set sail from Plymouth, England in 1620. On the September 16th of 1620, we just said that. The Mayflower set sail from Plymouth, England, with 102 souls on board. These colonists, men, women, children, some seeking fortune, some seeking religious freedom, were later known as the Pilgrims. The colonists intended to land in Virginia, however, after 66 days at sea, storms and winds blew them off course. After spotting modern-day Cape Cod, the members of the Mayflower intended on exploring the mouth of the Hudson River. However, rough seas continued to plague the ship, and they turned back and stayed in Cape Cod. For the next few weeks, the Pilgrims explored Cape Cod and eventually settled on Plymouth for their plantation. Mayflower Day. And finally, where is it? No, I guess that's it. The last one doesn't have a description. But I guess it's National Anne Bradstreet Day. Don't even know who that is. Wish I did. Anyway, that's your national days, for the love of God. Let's see, what else is going on here? So, got some NASA news. I know we've been following the Artemis mission and its importance, of course. It has been plagued with problems. But NASA has announced their third launch attempt for the Mega Moon rocket. And it's now scheduled to make its third liftoff attempt on September 27th, which is coming up just over a week. Just about a week. Just over a week. The Artemis 1 rocket, of course, is made up of six of the six-person Orion capsule perched atop the 30-story Space Launch System, dubbed the Mega Moon rocket. It was initially scheduled to embark on its maiden voyage to the moon back on August 29th. We were here. We were waiting. But, of course, technical difficulties foiled the rocket's first two attempts at liftoff. NASA scrubbed the rocket's first attempt because engineers were unable to cool one of the rocket's four-core stage RS-25 engines down to a safe temperature and time for liftoff. The agency announced that it had fixed the problem, which it blamed on a faulty temperature sensor. But then, during the rocket's second attempt, an alarm sounded as the craft was being loaded with its supercooled liquid hydrogen fuel, alerting engineers to a gap in the seal of one of the rocket's engines. Engineers tried and failed to plug the leak 3 times, according to NASA. NASA also said that the leak was at a quick disconnect where the SLS core stage met the fuel line from the rocket's mobile launch tower, which the agency fixed by replacing 2 seals at the leak point. The U.S. Space Agency says the earliest launch opportunity, of course, will be September 27th, with a backup opportunity on October 2nd. NASA engineers plan to demonstrate the leak is patched by conducting a test to pump propellant into the craft on September 17th. So they're giving themselves a little bit of time to troubleshoot. The updated dates represent careful consideration of multiple logistical topics, including the additional value of having more time to prepare for the cryogenic demonstration test and subsequently more time to prepare for the launch. That, of course, comes from NASA in a blog post. They went on to say the dates also allow managers to ensure teams have enough rest and to replenish supplies of cryogenic propellants. Orion is planned to make 2 flybys of the moon, 62 miles above the lunar surface, zipping out as far as 40,000 miles beyond the moon, before returning to Earth 38 days after the launch. As we had mentioned in previous stories, NASA's stowed 3 mannequins, known as moonikins, aboard the capsule that will be used to test radiation and heat levels during flight. A Snoopy soft toy is also along for the ride, floating around inside the capsule at as a zero gravity indicator. When Orion comes back, it is set to return hotter and faster than any other space vehicle, heating up to 5,000 degrees Fahrenheit as it enters Earth's atmosphere at 32 times the speed of sound. This will put the capsule's ablative heat shield to the test, which alongside the craft's parachute will use air friction to slow Orion down to just 20 miles per hour, after which it should plop down safely in the Pacific Ocean off the coast of Baja, California, Mexico, ready for retrieval. The flight will be followed by Artemis 2 and Artemis 3 in 2024 and 2025-26, respectively. Artemis 2 will make the same journey as Artemis 1, but with a 4-person human crew, and Artemis 3 will send the first woman and first person of color to land on the moon's south pole. Speaking to BBC Radio 4 before the second launch attempt, NASA's Administrator Bill Nelson said that the test mission will spur for technological innovation and a crucial, where am I at here? And a crucial next step in humanity's exploration of the cosmos. This time we're going not just to touch down on the moon and leave after a few hours or a few days. We're going back to learn, live, to work, to explore, and determine if there's water there. Therefore, on the moon's south pole, that would mean we'd have rocket fuel and have a gas station up there, too. This time, we're going to learn how to live in that hostile environment for long periods of time, all with the purpose that we're going to Mars. So that's according to Bill Nelson there. And Paul asked in the chats there when. September 27th is the next scheduled date, with October 2nd as a backup. What's up, Philip? Join in the chat there. So, yeah, we're going to see this rocket lift off, you guys. We're going to see it happen. It's going to happen. Speaking of leaky things and broken stuff, so I don't know, and feel free to chime in if you've got anything to add or any advice. But, man, I have been ever since, let me adjust my microphone here. Ever since I got my kegerator, right? Ever since the kegerator arrived, it has been a giant hassle. Now, the payoff is that there's nothing better than an ice cold draft beer in your own home. It's just, honestly, once it happens, once you get the experience, it's really hard to go back. But I'm considering it because this thing is such a pain in the butt. While it is fun to tinker and fun to, mess around and try to figure it out, the truth is, when you go to pour the faucet and you find out that your keg's completely frozen, and so, you try to lower the temperature or raise the temperature in there to thaw it out and whatever, blah, blah, blah. And then you discover that the beer is now too warm. Or, you set the air to a certain pressure and then you find out that it's too high. And there's tons of foam, and then you adjust it, and then it's too low, and then there's no foam. There's no carbonation. It's just flat beer. Man, it's what a wild ride. So I'm pretty sure that the built-in thermostat on the machine is completely gone. Because as of recently, no matter where you set it, I finally got a little thermometer to put in there. And the last read on it for podcast on Wednesday night, it was at like 19 degrees. Everything in there was frozen except for I put some liquor bottles in there, some liquor bottles that need to be nice and cold. And everything was frozen. All the cocktail juice and all that stuff was in there and totally frozen. Beer was frozen, 19 degrees in there. And it's literally set on almost the warmest setting you could possibly have. So that leads me to believe that it's just cooling willy-nilly, never turning off. So, last chance saloon here. I went and I got one of these I guess it would be a thermostat, but that's external. So it's got the little dipstick that you mount in there that reads the temperature. And then, you plug your fridge into this machine and the machine into the wall, and it totally bypasses the thermostat in the fridge itself. So, you set the thing where you want the temperature to be, and it gives the refrigerator power when it needs to cool down, and it turns it off when it's good. And it's pretty cool. You can set, a little buffer so, it could raise up a couple degrees or go down or whatever. But so far, so good. It's been keeping it at a solid temperature. So, I don't know. We'll see if this works. But I told Jordan yesterday, if this doesn't work, I think I'm going to have to ditch the whole machine. I think I'm going to have to ditch it. I don't want to put any more money into it. I don't want to hire somebody to fix it. It's not worth it. I'd rather put a fridge in there, a beer fridge, and just stock it with bottles of beer, to be completely honest. But if you have if any of you out there have run into this kind of problem or have any suggestions for me, I'm all ears. You can hit me up in the chats and comments, or you can give me a call, 772-888-1596. Gets you on the air here. We can take a quick music break. When we come back, let's see. We got some local stuff going on this weekend that you can check out. I'll tell you all about that here around on the Treasure Coast. And I'll tell you a story about finding organic treasure on Mars. Since we've been talking about space, you're listening to Jams and Coffee in the Morning. We'll be right back.
Cold and lets me hide. I'm numb in sin and I can't taste your air. I'm numb in sin and I can't taste the
You're listening to the Jams and Coffee Morning Show with your host, Brad Brock.
Yes, it's me. I'm back. And you're listening to Jams and Coffee. Thanks for tuning in on YouTube, Facebook, JNC Radio, and the Live365 app, or on jncpodcast.com. You can listen there as well. Watching the chats and comments here, and you can call in. 772-888-1596. Follow the prompts, and that'll get you on the air here with me. Yeah, Philip, you have a kegerator in your den. That's awesome, and it works. That's even better. He also said he's a coworker originally from Pittsburgh, and when her family comes into town, they ask what to bring. So now Philip is flaunting that he has a supply of Iron City Lager. He just got a 24-pack of it. That is a score, sir. Not too shabby. I'm hoping that the regulator that I have for the kegerator will do the trick, and it'll be fine. Everything's going to be A-okay. I think this was what was needed. I'm amazed that it took me this long to put a thermometer in there in the first place. It was just flying by the seat of my pants. It came to temperature. But now at least I know what I'm working with. So there's that. If you're here on the Treasure Coast this weekend, we got some cool stuff. Of course, everybody is gearing up for Oktoberfest, which is just around the corner. We're also gearing up. But this weekend you can find you can help clean up local waterways, celebrate Oktoberfest, run a race, hang out with dogs, and enjoy live music. Because in Indian River County, there are international coastal cleanups going on Saturday from 9 till 11 a.m. There'll be over 15 locations across Indian River County. The 37th annual event brings together boaters, paddlers, walkers, and other volunteers to help remove garbage from the water and the shoreline. You can register online to select a location. Supplies and a T-shirt will be provided, and who doesn't love a good T-shirt? It's free to participate, which is great. That's keepindianriverbeautiful.org/ICC, or International Coastal Cleanup. So, yeah, do something good with your time on Saturday morning. Also up in Indian River County is the Oktoberfest celebration and Mash Monkeys Brewing Company in Sebastian. That goes from noon to 10 p.m. on Saturday. The 5th annual event features It features German-style beer releases and a few German guest taps. The Leonard 10 food truck will be there from noon to 8 with German delicacies such as schnitzel, beer cheese, and bratwurst. And the Sleeping Dogs Band will be playing from 4 to 7 p.m. And there'll be a coveted Stein holding competition. So free admission. Check out the what's all's going on there. Facebook.com/Mash Monkeys Brewing Company. Moving a little bit south to St. Lucie County. If you're a runner, I am not. But if you are, this might be for you. This is the Outrun Hunger 5K. And that's going on Saturday at 7 a.m. But you're going to want to be there at 6 a.m. to pick up your packet. It's at the Causeway Cove Marina in Fort Pierce, just at the west foot of the Causeway Bridge there. The second annual race is a flat course for runners of all levels, Awards are given to the top 3 male and female finishers in each category. All participants get a T-shirt, finisher medal, and chip timing. Proceeds benefit the Treasure Coast Food Bank's programs for children, families, and seniors. It's a $35 registration fee for all ages. You can go to raceroster.com for more information on that. Also on Saturday in St. Lucie County, it's a doggone good day from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Heathcote Botanical Gardens in Fort Pierce. The event includes law enforcement canine demonstrations, canine CPR, and massage. A dog photographer raffles food trucks, games, and dogs available for adoption. The first 100 dogs get free gifts. Free admission, but donations, of course, are accepted. You can go to facebook.com/Treasure Coast Kennel Club for more information on that. Paul said, did you say rummer? Perhaps. I may not be a runner, but it's possible to be a rummer. In Martin County, if you're into Fleetwood Mac, there's a True Rumors Fleetwood Mac show going on at Terra Firmata, right over on 6th Street in Stewart there, just outside of downtown. That's from 7 to 10 p.m. on Saturday, the 6 p.m. Doors. Their True Rumors covers Fleetwood Mac songs over the course of 3 hours. It's a 21 and older show. It's $10 to get in, plus a $2 online fee. You can go to terraformata.com for more information on that if you want to get into some Fleetwood Mac business. Yes. That's what's going on. Speaking of Treasure Coast, the Perseverance rover found organic matter treasure on Mars. Talking about space. Seems to be a hot topic these days. Investigating the site of an ancient river delta, the Perseverance rover has collected some of the most important samples yet on its mission to determine if life ever existed on Mars. A few of the recently collected samples included organic matter, indicating that the Jezero crater, which likely once held a lake, and the delta that emptied into it had potentially habitable environments 3.5 billion years ago. According to Ken Farley, the Perseverance project scientist at the California Institute of Technology in Pasadena, said the rocks that we've been investigating on the delta have the highest concentration of organic matter that we have yet found on the mission. The rover's mission, which began on the Red Planet 18 months ago, includes looking for signs of ancient microbial life. The Perseverance is collecting rock samples that could have preserved these telltale biosignatures. Currently, the rover contains 12 rock samples. A series of missions called Mars Sample Return will eventually take the collection back to Earth in the 2030s. So the site of the delta makes the Jezero crater, which spans 28 miles, of particularly high interest to NASA scientists. The fan-shaped geological feature once present where a river converged with a lake preserves layers of Martian history and sedimentary rock, which formed when particles fused together in this formerly water-filled environment. The rover investigated the crater floor and found evidence of igneous or volcanic rock. During its second campaign to study the delta over the past 5 months, Perseverance had found rich sedimentary rock layers that add more to the story of Mars's ancient climate and environment. Farley went on to say the delta, with its diverse sedimentary rocks, contrasts beautifully with the igneous rocks formed from crystallization of magma. That was discovered on the crater floor. This juxtaposition provides us with a rich understanding of the geologic history after the crater formed and a diverse sample suite. For example, we found a sandstone that carries grains and rock fragments created far from Jezero crater. So the mission nicknamed one of the rocks that the Perseverance sampled as Wildcat Ridge. A rock likely formed when mud and sand settled in a saltwater lake as it evaporated billions of years ago. The rover scraped away at the surface of the rock and analyzed it with an instrument known as the Scanning Habitable Environments with Raman and luminescence for organics and chemicals. Put all that together and you got Sherlock. God, they're clever. Philip asked if there's boat ramps there. What if Mars was just like Florida? The whole planet was just one giant Florida. Boat ramps. You never know, man. You never know what they were doing out there in Mars 6.5 billion years ago. However long it was. Sherlock. This rock zapping laser functions as a fancy black light to uncover chemicals, minerals, and organic matter, said Sanada Sharma, Sherlock scientist at NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory in Pasadena. The instrument's analysis revealed that the organic minerals are likely aromatics or stable molecules of carbon and hydrogen, which are connected to sulfates. Sulfate minerals, often found sandwiched within the layers of sedimentary rocks, preserve information about the watery environments they formed in. Organic molecules are of interest on Mars because they represent the building blocks of life, such as carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen, as well as nitrogen, phosphorus, and sulfur. And not all organic molecules require life to form because some can be created through chemical processes. While the detection of this class of organics alone does not mean that life was definitely there, this set of observations does start to look like some things that we've seen here on Earth. To put it simply, this is a treasure hunt for potential signs of life on another planet. Organic matter is a clue. We're getting stronger and stronger clues as we're moving through our Delta campaign. I'll tell you what, though. I'm going to put a pin in that for just a second. If there was some sort of ancient society on Mars, they were a lot cleaner than we are here. Because could you imagine, let's go 6.5 billion years into the future. Can you imagine the trash pile that they're going to find on this planet by the time they're scraping rocks and collecting rocks with a rover? Oh my God. Well, they're going to call Earth the dumpster of the solar system. It'll probably be human Martians coming back to Earth and see what's going on. It'll be like role reversal. We'll have completely inhabited Mars. We'll come back to Earth going, oh, what was going on? What used to be happening here? Oh, look at these ancient boat ramps. Oh, funny to think about. We'll be long gone. We'll be long gone. They'll find we'll find this broadcast floating around in space on a USB stick. God willing. But I digress. Perseverance, as well as the Curiosity rover, found organic matter before on Mars, but this time the detection occurred in an area where life may have once existed. The Wildcat Ridge rock is mudstone that includes organic material. It's likely formed in salt water as ancient lake water evaporated. In the distant past, the sand, mud, and salts that now make up the Wildcat Ridge samples were deposited under conditions where life could potentially have thrived. The fact the organic matter was found in such a sedimentary rock known for preserving fossils of ancient life here on Earth is important. However, as capable as our instruments aboard the Perseverance are, further conclusions regarding what is contained in the Wildcat Ridge sample will have to wait until it's returned to the planet here for in-depth study as part of the agency's Mars Sample Return campaign. And that is a whole process in and of itself. So how about that? We're going to be it's going to be a shocking revelation when they dig a little bit and they start finding dinosaur fossils on Mars. Wouldn't that be crazy? Some type of dinosaur. I found this story interesting. I'd like to share with you guys. Maybe not to Floridians here, but certainly people that live in the Northeast. Have you ever heard of Wegmans? Wegmans grocery store? It's great. I love Wegmans. I wish that they had a Wegmans here. It would rival everything else, including Trader Joe's. Waiting to see Jordan pop around the corner. There she is. I knew she was coming. You can't talk shit about Trader Joe's. She'll come out of nowhere. It's like saying Beetlejuice 3 times. But back in 2019, Wegmans, which is a cult favorite, Northeastern grocery chain, they rolled out a new mobile app that allowed customers to scan, bag, and pay for groceries while they shop and then skip the checkout line altogether. Brilliant. Brilliant. The app, called Wegmans Scan, promised customers a quicker checkout and also let them see a running total of their purchases as they shopped. Well, this week, the grocer announced that it's ending the app because of rampant shoplifting. What swine is out there just stealing all the time? They ruin it for everybody. So ridiculous. Anyway, the company said in a statement, unfortunately, the losses we're experiencing prevent us from continuing to make it available in its current state. We made the decision to turn off the app until we can make improvements that will meet the needs of our customers and our business. They didn't provide any details on the losses experienced with the app. The chain debuted its Scan and Go app as Amazon was beginning to ramp up its cashierless Amazon Go stores. Many other traditional retailers also rushed to keep pace with Amazon and introduce their own Scan and Go styled apps. Wegmans called it the right technology at the right time. And of course, this type of mobile technology had become increasingly popular among younger and more technologically fluent shoppers. Also gained traction during the pandemic as consumers looked to reduce close interactions with employees and other customers. But Scan and Go has come with unintended consequences for stores, higher levels of shoplifting, fraud, and other losses that would normally occur at traditional checkout that would not normally occur at traditional checkout lanes staffed by cashiers. 2018 report on losses associated with self-checkout systems. What am I reading here? Good morning, Pam. Thanks for tuning in. Nice to see you. Let's see. Yes, let me reread this. In a 2018 report on losses associated with self-checkout systems, Adrian Beck, an emeritus professor at the University of Leicester in the UK, said Scan and Go currently offers far fewer opportunities to amplify risk and enhance detection compared to regular cashier lanes or self-checkout kiosks. There are many types of Scan and Go thefts, including customers who intentionally do not scan items or scan cheaper items than what they put in their carts. Self-checkout abusers feel it is easy to do, reaps rich rewards, and even if they're caught, leads to little or no sanctions being applied. Beck said in a report which analyzed 140 million Scan and Go app transactions. One retailer shared data with Beck comparing its stores with and without Scan and Go apps, and those with the technology had a loss rate of 18% higher than those that did not. And let me tell you what, I hate that because Sam's Club here in Florida, anyway, they have their Scan and Go app, and I use it exclusively. There's nothing better than going in, especially to a big box store like that, and getting what you need and scanning as I go and pay before I even get to the exit. Now, Sam's, and this is not something mentioned in the article, but Sam's, you do still have to wait in line at the exit for somebody to physically look at your receipt on your phone and look at the items in your cart and then scan you out. It gives a little QR code on your phone, and they have to physically scan you out, and you go on with your life. in the world of convenience, that is a slight inconvenience for not having to stand in line to scan and pay, and then stand in line to check your receipt like they do at Walmart. I realize at Walmart, if everything is in a bag, they just let you go on your way. But if you have like a bigger item or something that doesn't fit in a bag, or even like 2 liters of soda that you don't want to bag up, or whatever the case is, they'll stop you and check your receipt. Paul says you gotta keep people from stealing. I don't. Is it human nature to be a thief? I don't know, man. I don't know. But I love the scan and go. It's so nice. And it helps you budget a little bit, so you can see, if you're on a budget of any kind, you can physically see as you're going, like, oh no, I can't afford that. Not having to like add it up in your head as you're going along. And you just pay and you get the hell out of there. You don't have to deal with anybody, really. People handling all your stuff. I don't know. Paul said at the Sam's gas station, there's a scan and go. Yeah, Philip said Sam's doesn't check each item. They only scan 3 items to get you out. Yeah, I don't know. Paul says people aren't naturally thieves. I don't know. You give them an inch and they take a mile, it seems, in this case. And listen, like I completely understand. I could totally wrap my head around, how easy it is to, put 2 of something in the cart and only scan 1. Or like they mentioned in the article, scan, something similar but cheaper and put, the more expensive thing in the cart. I get all of these little tricks, but it's senseless because you don't just ruin it for everyone. You ruin it for yourself as well when they do away with these types of things. And I don't know. I'm the type of person that the long-term investment in things for the long-term reward is so much more important to me than immediate or instant gratification, which is the only thing you get when you steal something. In the long-term investment here is being honest and paying for the goods that you take, because then we get to keep the super cool app and it gets better with time, hopefully. Making it more convenient for our lives to go and live our lives conveniently. But it gets ruined because people will sacrifice convenience for instant gratification, I suppose. And, got to get that extra gallon of milk. I don't know. What are people stealing anyway? What's going on here? This is a grocery store. Too many cucumbers, I suppose. Paul said he recalled a guy walking out of a sporting goods store with a canoe, and no one stopped him because he was going to steal a canoe. I mean, people are bold. Oh, wait. I'm gonna take a quick break to say bye to Jordan because she's heading off to Philadelphia. And then we're gonna get right back into this conversation because it's maddening to me. Thieves. All right, you guys, you're listening to Jams and Cocktails, or Jams and Coffee, here in the morning. Here's one for the Nouveau Honkies. We'll be right back.
Tuesday after morning, the sun was shining down.
It didn't stop the rainfall and the steam danced on the ground. I was drinking courage from a flip-top can, and you were somewhere wondering how and where I am. I'm still alive, I'm alright. I'm getting over last night. Feeling good, yeah, real nice. I'm 2 doors down from paradise. Wednesday brings the paper and the funny page. The mirror shows the miles and the paper knows the age. Me, I felt better, but I felt worse. A different pen and paper, you just rearrange the verse. I'm still alive, I'm alright. I'm getting over last night. Feeling good, yeah, real nice. I'm 2 doors down from paradise. On the stage, lightning, wolf, and mud, and Texas swing the purple haze. $1 in my bucket, you name a song to play, and listen to me all night long and don't hear a word I say. I'm still alive, I'm alright. I'm getting over last night. Feeling good, yeah, real nice. I'm 2 doors down from paradise. We the roadies, we the soundmen, we the singers, we the bands. So give us all some credit, give us all a hand. You'll be going home soon to your little hell. We'll be up here on the stage playing with ourselves. I'm still alive, I'm alright. I'm getting over last night. Feeling good, yeah, real nice. 2 doors down, yeah, still alive, I'm alright. I'm getting over last night. Feeling good, yeah, real nice. I'm 2 doors down from paradise. I'm 2 doors down from paradise. 2 doors down.
All right, that was Nouveau Honkies. 2 doors down from paradise. Sorry, I had to run. Jordan was taking off, heading to Philadelphia to have a girls' weekend. So, I had to say bye. Where were we? Oh, yes, talking about dirty thieves. And listen, man, you know, I'm no saint. We're all guilty of stealing something, whether it's a cool pint glass at your favorite bar. I mean, come on. I'm pretty sure all my pint glasses have been stolen from somewhere. Not by me particularly, but Jordan for sure. Biggest thief there. But come on, we've all done it. We've all forgotten the case of sodas under the cart. We've all done it. You name it. There's. Nobody's a saint. But to intentionally abuse such a convenient and cool tool to, because you're cheap. And I understand the caveat of, people that need but can't afford it, and there's the argument that they're, got to feed their kids or whatever the case is. That all is aside. There should be other solutions for that. Stealing to provide for your family is that is a whole other huge issue that should be addressed in another way. But I don't know. I really hope that's not the case for Sam's. I really love that app. I want it to continue. I want it to perpetuate. I'm sorry that Wegmans has decided to do away with it, but I understand. Can't have people running out with extra pineapples and shit. I get it. Oh, man. Another tennis legend is retiring from the game. The outpouring of praise and admiration in the wake of Roger Federer's retirement announcement. It's a testament to the Swiss tennis star's remarkable impact and legacy in the world of tennis, sport, and beyond. Where Federer's on-court achievements rank among the greats in the men's game, though he is no doubt in the top three, will be up for debate, but there's no question he is the most transcendent tennis player to ever pick up a racket. Nobody else in the sport has garnered the global adoration, the endorsements, or become an icon quite like Federer. 22-time Grand Slam champion Rafael Nadal, whose career-long rivalry with Federer produced some of the most memorable matches in the sport's history. He called it an honor and a privilege to compete against him. Nadal wrote, "Dear Roger, my friend and rival, I wish this day would have never come. It's a sad day for me personally and for the sports people around the world. I said it to you when we spoke, and now it's here. It's been a pleasure, but also an honor and privilege to share all these years with you, living so many amazing moments on and off the court. We'll have many more moments to share together in the future. There are still lots of things to do together. We know that. And for now, I truly wish all the happiness for you with your wife, Mirka, and your kids, your family, and enjoy what's ahead of you. I'll see you in London at the Laver Cup." 23-time Grand Slam champion Serena Williams, who recently announced her own retirement from tennis, welcomed Federer to the retirement club. She said, "I wanted to find the perfect way to say this, as you so eloquently put this game to rest. Perfectly done, just like your career," she wrote on Instagram. "I have always looked up to you and admire you, and our paths were so similar, so much the same. You inspired countless millions and millions of people, including me, and we will never forget. I applaud you and look forward to all that you do in the future. Welcome to the retirement club, and thank you for being you." That was Serena Williams' post there. Federer's success at Wimbledon, winning the title at the All England Club 8 times, meant he became synonymous with the green grass of center court. He last lifted the trophy there in 2017, 13 years after his first Wimbledon win. The tournament's official page wrote, "Roger, where do we begin? It's been a privilege to witness your journey and see you become a champion in every sense of the word. We'll miss the sight of you gracing our courts, but all we can say for now is thank you for the memories and joy you've given so many." A 7-time Super Bowl champion, Tom Brady, said in a press conference on Thursday, "Phenomenal, great player. You know, he's just a great competitor, and he's had a great run. He was great. Always respectful of everybody and meant a lot." Tennis pioneer and Hall of Famer Billie Jean King wrote on Twitter, "Roger Federer is a champion's champion. He's the most complete game, or he has the most complete game of his generation, and captured the hearts of sports fans around the world with an amazing quickness on the court and a powerful tennis mind. He's had a historic career with memories that will live on and on. Congratulations, Roger Federer. We wish you the very best as your journey continues." In a statement posted on the official Olympics Twitter page, International Olympic Committee President Tom Bach said, "Roger Federer is a gentleman on and off the court and a true Olympic champion. Congratulations, Roger, on your outstanding career, and good luck for the future. Hope our paths cross again." So there you go. Roger Federer, arguably the best tennis player in the world, has announced his retirement. And on to a story about someone who is equally as influential. Yeah, we can only be talking about Cardi B. That's right. Cardi B's in the news. She pleads guilty to charges after a New York strip club fight. She pleaded guilty to 2 misdemeanors on Thursday in a New York courtroom. The charges stem from a 2018 fight at a New York strip club in Queens. Grammy Award-winning artist, whose legal name is Belcalis Almanazar. It's probably a good idea to switch it to Cardi B. She copped to the charges, which included third-degree assault and second-degree reckless endangerment. Queens District Attorney Office said. Reuters reported she was sentenced to 15 days of community service. Oh boy. According to Vulture, if the rapper completes the court-ordered community service, she will receive a conditional discharge, meaning the charges will be dismissed. If she does not complete the 15 days of community service, she could face 15 days in jail. What a role model. Such an inspiration for young people across the world. Cardi B. In other music news, the remaining members of Sublime are honored and excited to announce an upcoming biopic. You guys remember Sublime? It was a short-lived but a really impactful group. They persist today, of course, with Rome carrying the frontman torch there. But they announced they have an upcoming biopic in the works. The film will be directed by Francis Lawrence, who has previously worked on the Hunger Games films, and it'll be written by Chris Mundy, who served as the showrunner-writer of the popular Netflix series Ozark. The biopic has the support of the surviving band members. Bud and Eric there will also be serving as executive producers alongside Troy and Jacob Noel on behalf of the estate of the late Bradley Noel, per Rolling Stone, of course. As of now, the film does not have a title or an official release date. Sublime said of the film in a statement, "Wow, can't believe this is finally happening, and we couldn't be more honored and excited to have the great Francis Lawrence and Chris Mundy telling our story. We know Bradley's talent and spirit will be part of this incredible journey." Band's manager Dave Kaplan also shared, "We're thrilled Sublime's insanely cool and important story will finally be told. They were fearless and pioneering in bringing together so many musical genres, cultures, and lifestyles during their short time as a band. Their music is still influencing musicians and artists to this day." Agreed. I don't know if I was ever a huge Sublime fan, but I feel like I was maybe a little too young when they were really hitting the beat. But you know, their influence on music and modern reggae music is undeniable. So that could be an interesting story, no doubt. Next, after that, we'll have the Cardi B story. Can't wait. Learn more about Cardi B. Got some celebrity birthdays here. Nick Jonas, who surprisingly, you know, we all made fun of the Jonas Brothers doing their thing when they were, you know, Disney Channel or... but they actually grew into their own as artists, and Nick Jonas is no slouch. Really a talented guy and a talented actor as well. He's turning 30 today. So young. Of course, started commercially successful, started the commercially successful band, the Jonas Brothers, and later founded Nick Jonas in the administration. He plays the character of Boone on the Fox horror comedy series Scream Queens. He was in, multiple films and doing his thing. So happy birthday, Nick Jonas. Alexis Bledel is 41 years old. She's, of course, the actress who played the daughter Rory Gilmore on the television series Gilmore Girls. 2016, she reprised her role in the Netflix miniseries called Gilmore Girls: A Year in the Life. She's also known for her role as Lena Caligaris in the film Sisterhood, The Traveling Pants. Happy birthday there. 54 years old today, Grammy Award-winning Puerto Rican singer Mark Anthony. Became the top-selling salsa artist in history. He's known for his hits like Vivir Mi Vida, I Need to Know, You Sang to Me. As an actor, he's appeared in movies such as Man on Fire, Carlito's Way, and Bringing Out the Dead. He's also the former husband of Jennifer Lopez. Happy birthday, Mark. Turning 51 years old today, Saturday Night Live star Amy Poehler. She also co-anchored the Weekend Update with her good friend Tina Fey and parodied politician Hillary Clinton. She won a Golden Globe Award for her starring role as Leslie Knope on NBC's Park and Recreation. Many film credits include Wet Hot, American Summer, Mean Girls, Blades of Glory, and Baby Mama. Jennifer Tilly is turning 64 years old today. Of course, she had roles in the Jim Carrey film Liar, Liar, and The Seed of Chucky. Her performance in Bullets Over Broadway earned her an Academy Award nomination for Best Supporting Actress. B.B. King would be celebrating a birthday today, but sadly he passed away at 89 years old back in 2015. Legendary blues guitarist and singer-songwriter who won a Grammy Hall of Fame award for his 1998 song The Thrill Is Gone. Flo Rida's turning 43 years old today. Of course, he worked with 2 Live Crew, and back in 2008, he had the single Low, which had T-Pain on the mix there. And Richard Marx, right here waiting for you singer-songwriter, turning 59 years old today. Ooh, that's pretty young. That song came out so long ago. What was he, 10? My goodness. So that's your birthdays there. Philip's laughing at the canoe story. People are bold. You hear about people just carrying a whole ass TV just straight out the door. It's it's amazing. Bold, man. People are bold. If you could take that boldness and direct that energy into something positive, these people would be unstoppable. But, I guess it's easier to be a dick than it is to create positive change with all that energy that you expend on being a loser. It's unbelievable. I don't get it. I don't get it. Is it that much easier to just suck? Nah. I know this was interesting. On this day back in 1985, Kate Bush, who had a recent resurgence since Stranger Things really kind of blasted her song back to the top of the charts. My God, I hear Running Up That Hill on Top 40 radio now. It's in rotation. It's like Kate Bush, Cardi B, Doja Cat, and Post Malone, all in the same playlist. She's got to be living it up. But on this day back in 1985, she released her 5th studio album, Hounds of Love, and of course, the album's lead single was Running Up That Hill. And it became one of Bush's biggest hits, and the album produced 3 further successful singles. And then, of course, Running Up That Hill, running right back up to the top of the charts. Right back here in 2022. Good for her. Also, another pivotal moment in music history. Back in 1979, the Sugar Hill Gang released Rapper's Delight. Now, while it was not the first single to feature rapping, it generally is considered to be the song that first popularized hip-hop in the United States and around the world. In the song's opening lyric, I said a hip-hop, the hippie to the hip-hop. It's world-renowned. I can't do it. But he's like, why don't you rap in some of your songs? Nobody on earth wants to see that or hear that. But, yeah, Rapper's Delight. That's a jam. Boom, 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 boom. It's a killer track. 1979, that tune came out. Revolutionary. All right. Well, have I held you guys long enough? Have I held your attention long enough? Yeah. Pam said, going back to people expending energy. Yeah, like what if they actually worked? Use that energy in their work. The unstoppable Pam. These people are so clever. And so, and the ingenuity is undeniable. How can we harness that? I guess one great example of that is, you guys ever see that Leonardo DiCaprio film, Catch Me If You Can? His entire life of huge crime. And then the FBI turned around and made him an agent to help them solve crimes of similar. And he turned around, he ended up becoming, one of the greatest resources for the FBI. That's a success story. That's channeling that energy into something positive. Unbelievable. But yeah, I'm with you, man. I wish I had their tenacity in their energy. Is it solely the thrill of stealing? Is that what gets your jollies going? I don't know. I don't know. But I'm going to get you some shameless plugs here. I'll let you get on with your Friday. Very exciting stuff. Not sure yet what I'm going to do, but I might treat myself to some lunch. I might treat myself to something nice today. I don't know what. I may have to go and have a little me time. I won't steal it though. I'll pay for it. But I don't know. Shameless plugs. I will be performing tomorrow night at Townie's Tavern in Palm City, weather permitting. It's not supposed to be very nice this weekend, so we'll see. I might have a washout. You never can tell. But I will. I am scheduled to be live there at Townie's Tavern in Palm City tomorrow night at 7 p.m. It's a cool spot. Right, it's a nice open area, so it'll be great. Sunday, I'm scheduled to be at the Sneaky Tiki. Even if it's raining, it's a lot of times it has to be the kind of monsooning. I have a nice tent that I could set up and we just roll with it. But so we'll see about that too, weather permitting. But I'll be there at 2 o'clock on Sunday. Don't forget about Paul's live stream tonight, 8 p.m. It's the biggest happy hour and a half hour on the Drums and Rums pages. So check out Paul's live stream tonight. I'm actually going to get with you today, Paul. Give me a call after this show ends. And I got some things to run by you if you have a moment. But check that out tonight, 8 p.m. Always a good time. Check out the Live365 Radio App. It's free from your favorite app store. And on there, you can find JNC Radio. So check that out. Plus, a myriad of other radio stations to pick from. But we recommend JNC Radio as a possible bias. But of course, you can listen to this show, great music all day, and the Jams and Cocktails show on Wednesday nights. Go and check out jncpodcast.com because you can watch this show. You can listen to JNC Radio. You can get music news. It's all right there. There's links to all our various shows and partner shows. So the website's been revamped. It's nice. It's easy to navigate now. So go check it out, jncpodcast.com. And that does it for my shameless plugs, you guys. Let's see. Let's see. I appreciate you tuning in and spending a little bit of your Friday morning with me. I will see you back here on Monday morning, of course, at 8 a.m. We'll do it all over again. We'll talk about the weekend. You have your stories ready to share with me. Until then, have a safe weekend. Thank you guys so much. I'm Brad, and I'll see you next time. Bye.
Tune in again tomorrow morning for the latest local buzz, national headlines, music news and more on JNC in the Morning, right here on Facebook and YouTube.